Hi guys, welcome to Oliveboard's YT channel. In today's discussion, we are going to start with conjunction topic. Now you see for the week, I am doing all the grammar topics, right? Basics you can say of grammar. So what you should know if you need to answer the error spotting questions, miscellaneous also, you should know all these topics thoroughly. So this is your conjunctions today, which is a short topic but interesting one, and if you get questions after watching this video, you'll be able to solve those questions. So first, if I define what are conjunctions, like what is the meaning of conjunctions, we'll come to the types later. Okay, you already know very basic of it. These are joiner words. We call them joiners because they connect. Okay, so whether you talk about two phrases, two words, two clauses, okay, words, clause, phrase. Okay, so if you want to connect two phrases, two words or two clauses in a sentence, then we use conjunctions, linking words, okay, connector words you can call them. So these are conjunctions, right? So basic meaning. Now you will find that conjunction, they are used wherein three types are given, like three types are usually there in conjunctions. We'll discuss each of the types because your rules are also related to the types only. If you know the types, you know the conjunction part very well. So these three are the basic types: correlative, coordinating and subordinating. Your questions will be based on these only. Okay, like the first one, if I say correlative conjunctions. Correlative conjunction meaning always they are used in pair. Okay, they relate to each other, they always come in pairs. Okay, they describe a relation between the two words, okay, or the two phrases or the two clauses. Okay, and remember guys, they always connect equals, so that is a very important part to remember. Okay, so that work together to connect equal parts of a sentence. So there are two things. First, they are used in pairs. I'll show you the list also. The second thing, they connect equals. Okay, two things which you have to remember. Correlative. Okay, now if I go to the correlative conjunction list, here is what you need to remember. For choice, we use either or. Okay, neither nor, not only but also, both and, whether or. These are the pairings you have to remember. Always the questions will be related to the pairings. So that is what we are going to discuss today. Okay, correlative conjunctions, their pairings. Okay, so yeah. She wants, for example, I'll write few of these examples. She wants either the cheesecake or the chocolate cake. Now, if you see this here, what I am talking about is choice out of two, right? When you use this pairing, when you use this pairing, if you understand this, when you use this pairing, either and or, you are talking about either of the two. When we talk about choice, neither nor in the negative, she needs neither the cheesecake nor the chocolate cake. Okay, not only but also, when you add a point. Okay, when we use not only but also as a pairing, how will you use in a sentence? To add a point. Okay, so let's see one sentence with not only but also, just to let you know. Very common guys, usages. Okay, not only was it raining all day at the wedding, but also the band was late. For example, not only was it raining all day, but also the band was late. Okay, so what are you doing here? Was late. You are adding a point. Na keval ye bhi, like hum jo bolte context. Now with both, always the pairing is and. Okay, he is both handsome and rich. He is both handsome and rich. Okay, with pairing, you have to be careful. With both will be and. Now, very important one, how do we use this correlative conjunction? Whether or pairing. Whether or is used in a pair. Okay, when you are talking about alternatives, when you are talking about choice. So, sentence with whether and or. तो हम ये कैसे देखते हैं whether or pairing? If you see, we are not sure whether to stay here or go somewhere else. When there is doubt, we are not sure whether to stay here or go somewhere else. Okay, so whether or pairing is very important, whether to do this or that, right? Although and yet, very important one. If you start your statement with although or yet, these two give a similar meaning. Halanki, so contrast meaning. So although he is handsome, yet he is poor. Okay, so contrast sense, we can start our statement with any of these two words, similar meaning although or though, but pairing you will always do with yet. Okay, yet is like a meaning like similar, still. Okay, although he is handsome, yet he is poor. You cannot put, guys, but for contrast here. If you are starting your statement with although, you have to follow the same pairs. Okay, either you put a comma or you can use yet. Now, negative words, hardly, barely, scarcely, these are negative adverbs. What do they mean? Close to zero, none. So, if you start your sentence with any of these, always use when only as a pair. Okay, so hardly had she arrived when it began to rain. So, if I say sentence with hardly, and if I am starting my sentence with negative word hardly, understand that in comparison you will always use when. I arrived there when I was called back to the head office, 100 miles away. Hardly had I reached, okay, it began to rain. So, like for example, this one, if you say hardly and when, always will be used in the pair form. Similarly, with no sooner, you will always use THAN, than. No sooner had we heard the noise than we rushed to the spot. No sooner had we heard the noise than we reached the spot. Now, one more thing you will notice here, whenever I am using these words to create a sentence, whether it is hardly, barely, scarcely, no sooner, these are all negative words. So, I am using rule of inversion. First helping verb, then only subject will come. So, this is rule of inversion, which I will be covering separately also. In adverb also you will see I do this rule of inversion. It is called rule of inversion, where helping verb should be placed before the subject. Very important, one of the golden rules of English grammar, I will say everybody should know. If you start with negative word like hardly, no sooner, always follow this rule. The verb will come first, then the subject. Okay. Now, what is lest meaning? If I write this sentence, work hard lest you should fail. Work hard lest you should fail. What does this mean? Work hard lest you should fail. Means lest is similar context like otherwise, but it is a negative word. In Hindi, if I will have to write, I will write like nahi to. मेहनत करो नहीं तो fail हो जाओगे. So remember, guys, it is negative. With lest, do not use any other negative word in the sentence. Work hard lest you should fail means otherwise you will fail. That is the meaning, that is the context. But with lest, if you see it in a sentence, always use should as a pairing. Okay, all cases. So whenever you get questions from correlative conjunctions, maybe the pairing is wrong or the placement is wrong, that is what you will have to correct. I'll show you it in questions also, how questions come from this topic. Okay, maybe with both they will use as well as, then you know the error is with both always and will be used. Okay, so pairing errors are maximum what they ask in exam from this particular type. Okay, next another important type is coordinating conjunctions, very very important one, and there is a trick also to remember these which I will talk about. Okay, first understand there are three types only. This one is called your coordinating conjunctions. So first let's understand the meaning. Now here Again, coordinates are always equal. Okay, so the short form what we use in grammar in English language is fanboys. Fanboys. Why we use this short form abbreviation? To remember the words. These are the limited words which are there in your coordinating conjunction. So as you can see the list here, guys, for coordinating conjunctions, what have they mentioned? F for, A for and, N for nor, B for but, O for or, Y for yet, and S for so. Okay, so when we say conjunctions or coordinating conjunctions particularly, okay, so these are the short words we use to join two or more words, phrases or clauses that have equal grammatical syntactic importance. When you say coordinate, so guys, whenever you are joining with these words, you will always join two parts, two phrases, two words which are equal in importance, equal in grammar importance, equal in syntax, or you can say the formation, okay, the structure, whatever. Now let us discuss a few examples, subordinating conjunctions. Examples, you have the list here. Okay, you can eat your cake with a spoon or fork. Okay, now only you don't need either or here, always as a pair. So I can write this sentence, you can eat your cake with a spoon or fork. Can I write this? Now here, this part, you are actually comparing two very similar words which are, if I have to point out, spoon or fork. So equal in importance, okay, both these things, you are giving equal importance to both these options. So you are comparing or you are connecting with a coordinating one which is or. Are you getting it? My dog enjoys being bathed. My dog enjoys being bathed, but now you are showing a contrast, but okay, equal at the same time, okay, at the same time, hates getting his nails trimmed. Hates, that is so true. As an example also I can understand, getting his nails trimmed. Okay, so usually pets are like that, dogs are like that. Okay, so this is contrast. What is equal here, guys? Equal is this part, what he enjoys, and at the same time equally what he hates. Are you seeing the contrast with but? Okay, what he enjoys, at the same time equally what he hates. I hate to waste a drop of gas, for it is very expensive these days. Okay, I hate to waste a drop of oil, for it is very expensive these days. Very expensive. Now you understand. Here some people question why for. You can also use for to give reason why he hates to waste a drop of oil, because it is expensive. Both parts are equally important. Hate to waste, why? Reason also, it is expensive. So for is for reason. Are you getting it? Individually how to use these? Okay, fanboys, you will always remember coordinating conjunctions. This is a short form. Okay, so you'll always remember. Clear? Bill refuses to eat peas, nor he eats, nor will he touch carrots. Okay, so Bill refuses to eat peas, nor he will touch carrots. He refuses to eat peas, nor will he touch carrots. Okay, so nor here, right? Equal measure, he refuses to eat both of these things. Equal importance of both. So we are connecting with these coordinating conjunctions. Just remember this list. Okay, I have shown you a few examples also, nothing to be confused with. Now we have the next part, and this is the subordinating conjunctions. How this is different. Now guys, you will notice subordinating conjunctions are different. Why? Because they will connect words, phrases that link one dependent and one independent clause. They will not link two equal things. Till now I was telling you where coordinating they link two equal things, but here they link dependent, and I'll show you with examples, but let me first give you the definition, meaning, and let me make you understand. One part of the sentence, one part is dependent because it cannot have individual meaning. Okay, there are two parts in a sentence, two clauses. If you combine them, then the full sentence has one meaning. Dependent one always is on the link with the independent one. Independent one can have complete meaning, but this dependent part cannot have complete meaning. To link both, we use subordinating conjunctions. So we'll understand this with the help of examples. That will be better. Okay, so the word or phrase that a clause has informative value to add to the sentence main idea, okay, that will become your dependent one. Okay, also if you say dependent clause, it is called subordinate clause. It has specific qualities. It does not express a complete unit. It cannot stand on its own. It will be incomplete if you will just write that. Okay, for example, I'll help you with an example here, because then only you'll understand. On its own, there are some parts which can never have any meaning. Okay, so because he would not wear a seat belt. Okay, does this make sense if I write just this part? Because, for example, here, because he does not wear a seat belt. Is this a complete sentence? Is it making any sense? No, right? Zero sense. Because this is a dependent clause, also called subordinate clause. This is a dependent clause. It needs something with it. Okay, so we need to add something. We need to add the independent clause to make it or give it a complete sense or complete meaning. Okay, because he does not wear a seat belt. So she was not allowed in the Batmobile any longer, or he was not allowed. But he was not allowed in the Batmobile any longer. In the Batmobile any longer. This can be a complete sentence, but this is independent part. This independent part is connected with the dependent part using because. Are you getting it? Two parts of a sentence. One can give full meaning, other will be incomplete. When we combine them, we use these subordinate conjunctions, subordinating conjunctions. Okay, so we need to look at a few more examples, then you will know. So there are multiple words here, as you can see. Yeah, examples if you see, based on the purpose what you want to show, you will add the word. Okay, after the basement flooded, we spent all day cleaning up. Okay, as a result. Okay, so how, on which case we will put here, maybe as a result, after the basement flooded, we ended up cleaning all day, or we spent all day cleaning up. We spent all day cleaning up. Now you understand this part. Here we spent all day cleaning up is your independent sentence, complete. But the basement flooded is dependent. So we are connecting this with after to show result, what happened. Okay, after this what happened, right? Clear? So based on what you want to show, if for example here, until spring arrives, if I want to show time, I can use this one. So I will write here, until spring arrives. Until is the word which is showing or denoting times. Until spring arrives, this is incomplete. We have to be prepared for more snow. We have to be prepared for more snow. We have to be prepared for more snow. You understand this? Now it is complete, and until is showing time. Okay, for example, when you are doing comparison, okay, we use as, so as for comparison. Okay, uh, for example, he is, you can say, as late as Jerry. Okay, he was as late as Jerry. Okay, to attend the event. Right, we went to our seats as soon as the professor arrived. Again, time context. Now, when you say about purpose also, okay, when you give reason or when you give purpose, you can use in order that, so that. Okay, so any of these depending on what is the context, what do you want to show. Okay, chalo. So I didn't know that she was married. I didn't know that she was married. Reason or purpose. Okay, so I didn't know that. Now that becomes your subordinating conjunction. She was married is your independent clause. I didn't know was your dependent clause, combining the two. Okay, so we are combining two, one dependent part of the sentence, one independent part. So we use subordinating conjunctions. Just remember like that. Now coming to your question types. What are the questions you can expect in this topic and how to answer? Let's read and try to attempt these one by one. Okay. Nowadays, people are much more concerned about sharing their own private information with third-party app developers than they are about revealing their friends' data. Now, guys, see here, now, which sense, very obvious comparison sense we are using. So, for comparison, we never use THEN. What is the conjunction we use? Than. For comparison, always THAN. Remember this difference. Then means what is next? Consecutive. For comparison, always than. Okay. Next one, conjunction related error. Let's check what is it. If one had the chance to get something for free, they could either take what they need and they could take as much as they could. So there are, obviously we know two cases, either of the two we are talking about choice. So with either we never use and. What is the pairing we always use, like we saw in the rules? Or. With either, always correlative conjunction pairing or. Next one. On the other hand, momentum in any campaign is valuable, but the roles are right to make the most of it. Now guys, momentum in any campaign is valuable, and here rebels are right to make the most of it. There is no contrast sense you are giving. Only for contrast you can use but. Here you are just adding the point. Okay, equal, you can say addition. So and will come. Simple addition and. Here you can get phrase replacement also based on conjunction part. The high-speed rail project will neither boost the Indian market for technology, but also, so neither cannot be used, but also is given, okay, will boost not only the Indian market, not only and but also pairing. So what will come here? First one, okay. You already know we have a pairing, not only and but also. Okay, how we are talking about two benefits. Will not only boost the Indian market for technology, but also what? The interurban connectivity. It will be useful there also. So here, obviously, either will not be used. Here also, will not be used here after boost. So you can cancel. Okay, next one. Did no sooner passed each other. Now, what was the pairing? Is the pairing correct? Did no sooner passed each other when, see, with no sooner than only, so you can cancel here. There is no pairing given here. They had no sooner passed each other than their respective, had no sooner passed each other when their respective. Again, when cancel. Now you can eliminate an answer. What can come? So the masters therefore had or did. Did no sooner. Now with did you use the present tense. Okay. So here you can cancel this also, did. Okay. because past cannot be used then. Okay, so had no sooner passed each other than their respective servants. Okay, did we use the base form of the verb? So we are cancelling option number 1 as well. Now I'll just show you 5 more sentences and then I think you'll be able to manage this topic. Because as you see, very basic rules are asked, or basic is very easy to clear, right? Okay, let me give you a few more interesting sentences for us to just go through it, revise it. First one, question like, as soon as he got the letter, comma, at once he started, full stop. Okay, this is your first one. Next, no sooner did the monkey see the tiger when it jumped. Next, hardly had she seen her aunt than she stopped fighting. Next, that store hadn't hardly any of the required products. Or just any of the products. Okay, study hard lest you should not fail. Study hard lest you should not fail. Okay, now see 5 sentences, last 5. Let's see quickly what are the errors here. As soon as is already written in the beginning. So again, for time you already have one word to imply time. As soon as he got the letters. So at once is not required with as soon as. Okay, when you are starting with no sooner, okay, here with no sooner what do you use? THAN, than. No sooner with than. Hardly, if you are starting with hardly, we have just now read the pairing is when. Correlative conjunction pairing is when. Then here 2 negatives cannot be used together, so you can cancel had not. Okay, hardly is already negative. Lest, I told you, is negative word, meaning nahi to, okay, otherwise. But it is negative. With lest also you cannot use negative not. So these are the basic questions you will always see in conjunction topic, right? This much if you can answer, you are good to go with this particular topic. At least basics you know. Now guys, any query, let me know in the comments below, or you can directly message me on my Telegram channel and group, which is Harshita Khurana, the Grammar Girl. So be there, connected. Always you can take help here. You can discuss your doubts in the group, or even directly message me for any query that you have. Easy to find. Harshita Khurana, the Grammar Girl is the channel name, group name. Also, you can see the courses are available on Oliveboard. Super Elite Plan include all your banking courses, concept videos, mocks, everything. You can use the code Harshita for maximum discount. We have the course for UPSC also, UPSC EPFO. As you have checked, everything is live, even mentorship plan. Anything you buy, please do not forget to use the code Harshita for maximum discount. You will not get more discount than this. So we have multiple courses. Anything you buy, let me know. If you have any query regarding the course, also directly on Telegram before buying, and I'll help you and guide you. So thank you. I hope this was useful. Any doubts, let me know in the comments below. Thank you.